I'm Josh Monahan, Service Manager for Commercial Parts and Service in Columbus, Ohio. We have 2 other locations in Cincinnati and in Dayton. We are a CPS certified company. Today we're going to talk about ovens, which is a primary feature and function in just about every restaurant. Look guys, kitchen equipment is kind of like a car. The better you maintain it, the more it's going to last. Longer it's going to last, the more it's going to run. You're going to get more mileage out of it. One of the reasons we're doing this is to point out the fact of we want your equipment to last as long as possible. We want you to have an operational kitchen with 0 to little downtime. So today we're going to talk about some of the issues and solutions that you're going and could have with the unit. After we've gone through those, we're going to at the end recommend who to reach out for a CPS certified company to complete the repair. So you're going to want to check to make sure that the gas line is engaged completely and all the way and turned on. Secondly, to make sure that the power for a convection oven only is plugged in and the breaker is on. Those are the only 2 possibilities that you're going to have for no utilities or the unit not working. If you have checked both utilities and you're still having an issue with the unit, it is highly recommended that you contact a certified CPS technician to evaluate the situation further. So the second common problem you're going to run into when you're dealing with a gas oven range at a location is pilot outages. You can see right here how we have a proper burning pilot, which is going to ignite the actual burner. If you do not, you will not see said flame. A good burning flame is going to be blue with orange tips. As you can see, that pilot was out. You want to make sure that every night that these pilots are lit. If you come in the morning and they are not lit, you definitely want to make sure that you turn your fan or hood system on first to evacuate any gas that might have been coming out of the unit as a safety precaution. Beyond that, pilot outages for your oven range top is just that. You could have some that are clogged, therefore will not burn no matter how many times you try to light them. So if your oven is not lit and you need to light the pilot, first and foremost, you're going to have a pilot safety that needs to be held in as such. Once that is held in for more than at least 30 seconds, you're going to want to take, today we're using a MAP gas. Grill lighter will work. Once you get that and the line is purged, you follow your pilot and that's how you're going to light. As you can see, the pilot is now lit. You hold on to the red button / pilot safety. Could be anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. Once you release, your pilot will stay lit. All right, so we've already covered the pilot flames. Now we're going to discuss or talk about the actual burner. The burner is going to be the main component. First and foremost, you want to make sure that your knob or the controller is not able to be moved side to side. If it is, it's loose, it needs to be taken care of by a CPS certified technician. The burner flame is affected by multiple things. Once you turn it on, you can see how right now we have, like the pilot flame, blue flame, orange tips. It's also, if that is not the case, what you are able to do is remove the burner. That's the air shutter that's supposed to be adjustable. And clean and make sure that it is ready to go. There are different ways of cleaning this. One way that we do, put it on another burner, turn said burner on, it will burn off any residue that is built up on there. Only let that burn for maybe 5 minutes. Let it cool down. Remove it. and we can reinstall. Once it is reinstalled, it's very important that you make sure that it is actually engaged to the burner valve. The air shutter has a hole where the actual valve will go into. If it is misaligned, it will not burn properly. So one of the things you're going to want to check if you're still having a problem with your bake is definitely check the temperature. There are many different variations and different ways to check the temperature. One of them is an infrared. It is not recommended to use an infrared as the variance of temperature can be off. Wherever you check the temperature, it is highly recommended that it's checked in the middle of the oven. As such, where we see our temperature lead now. Once it is in the middle, unit has been heating and is heating and cycling at a set temperature for more than 30 minutes to an hour. If you have the unit set at 300, you would like to see that plus or minus 10 to 15 degrees of the set point. One of the problems could be the oven door. The oven door not closing all the way definitely can cause that heat loss. One of the recommendations would be to make sure that the area below here, underneath a kick plate, behind it, that area is clean and free of debris. That will help airflow, and you'll be able to also see if the hinges are intact along with door springs. Most units have door springs. You'll be able to visually inspect and see if it is intact, causing the unit to be able to shut properly. So one of the things you're going to want to check, if your oven door is closed, your pilot is good, and your thermostat seems to be okay, is to make sure that the blower wheel is also cleaned and free of debris. Best way to do it, water rack, nice wire brush. This is your blower wheel, and this is if you have a convection oven. If not, then it's back to thermostat, door, pilot. Take the wire brush. Make sure all the fins on around the entire blower wheel are clean and free of debris. A lot of times foil will get caught in there, or a wrap of a wax paper will block and limit the airflow on half of the blower wheel, which not allow it all to get circulated properly. Once that's clean and free, and then you know it's running properly, we're good on that aspect. One last tip that I would also recommend is that if you guys go and clean the ovens, when anybody cleans, we showed one tip where we turned a burner onto another burner. That's to clean the burners. When it comes to the actual oven itself, it's not recommended to use highly caustic or harsh chemicals. A very light cleaning will do just fine. If you use something too harsh, it will in fact harm the oven and cause problems later down the line. While it might look clean and shiny, later down the line, it's going to be deteriorated and not work correctly. One of the reasons we're doing this is to point out the fact of we want your equipment to last as long as possible. We want you to have an operational kitchen with zero to little downtime. That's our goal. Here at Commercial Parts and Service, that's what we strive for. 365 days, 24-hour service, day, night, weekends. We're here to service your equipment and make sure that it runs. The car doesn't run if you don't change the oil. Doesn't run if you don't get new tires. If you don't keep up on your pieces on your equipment, it's not going to run the way you want it to. So give us a call.